Ja, maar nu ga je het. Hè.
Oh,
Hello,
right.
now you see me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going. Yeah, we are filming also this Skype interview. If you're okay with it. So over here is a camera. Hello, that's Kenneth. And then yeah, behind me are also two people of our thesis who are also working with us together. So if it's okay for you, I'm beginning the interview.
Yeah.
So I heard you are a lucid dreamer, or are you experienced with it?
Yeah. I've been lucid dreaming for almost 3 years.
Yeah. And why did you start? Is there a particular reason, or?
Yeah, I work for a publication, and we sometimes get advanced copies of books. And when the Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming came out in 2013, we got an advanced copy, and I picked it up and just started reading it, and started having lucid dreams. And then I started scouring the internet and getting all the information I could find, going on the online forums, seeing what people were saying, and then I found Tim Post's Snooze On course, and did that in December of 2013.
And how did you find out? Is it because of Tim Post you find out it was possible to do lucid dreaming, or is it because of your friends? If you want to go more in detail.
Right, sure. So I had a friend in college who did, he would have involuntary lucid dreams and he didn't even like them. But I was deeply fascinated, and I sort of thought of it as like free time, like you were getting a whole bunch of extra free time
Yeah, yeah,
if you could wake up to your dreams.
yeah.
And I didn't really think about it again until I saw the book, The Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming. And when I started reading it, my daughter was, she was 2 years old at the time, and she didn't sleep very well. And so I was massively sleep deprived, and I thought, here's a way I can do a
Yeah,
hobby while I sleep.
yeah,
So I started, when I started reading the book, I did have a few lucid dreams, just using some of their basic techniques, reality checks that were pretty rudimentary. But I wanted to do more, and Tim Post appealed to me because he was very practical. There wasn't a lot of woo woo spirituality about his approach. It was just, I can help you do this practice, and here are some really concrete ways to do that.
yeah. So your daughter is also doing lucid dream now?
Um, it's hard to tell, you know, the small person, the way they talk about their reality is sometimes very dreamlike anyway. So sometimes she says that she knows that she's dreaming, but I can't really tell. But I try to teach her.
Yeah. And how long did you train to succeed a lucid dream?
So I had the first lucid dream very quickly after starting to read the book. But I doing Tim Post's course, it took about a month, and then I was having two lucid dreams a week, which I felt like was really successful.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing the dream journals and keeping up with the practices, I can expect two lucid dreams a week.
Yeah, and how did the training look like? If you're more
Right.
detailed,
Oh, yeah,
because
that's a good
yeah,
question.
because I
So,
found a lot of things on the internet that you have to look like an object a lot
right.
during the day, and then if you see it in your dreams, it's like it's a portal. But how did you train? What was your training process?
So reality checks are a really big part of it. It's asking yourself several times a day intentionally, am I dreaming? Um, and there are a lot of different ways that you can do this. Some people use an object and try to manipulate it, and if
Yeah,
they can't, then they know that they're not dreaming.
yeah,
So I used to use my watch and look at it and say, "Am I dreaming?" And I would imagine that the watch was changing colors. So if it didn't change colors, I was fairly certain that I wasn't dreaming. Um, Now I do a more organic reality check where I just say to myself throughout the day, I don't really think I'm dreaming, but if I were, I would. And then I state whatever my current dream goal is. So right now, my dream goal is to create art in a dream. So
Yeah.
I say something like, if I were dreaming, I would turn around and find some art supplies. And then I do physically turn around. Um, and that is kind of it's a practice, so you're sort of rehearsing for when you actually do land in a dream.
Yeah.
Then your mind immediately goes to whatever your dream goal has been instead of um, well, like in early lucid dreams, a lot of people just want to like have sex or fly. So
Yeah.
you get lucid and then like your lizard brain turns on and
Yeah.
you're gonna
Okay. That's true.
explore whatever seems
Yeah.
like fun at the moment. But if you want to go deeper and have a more a richer, more meaningful experience, it's important to do those rehearsals throughout the
Yeah.
day. The other thing, the huge thing, is journaling. So what I love about Tim Post's training is that he goes very deeply into how to do an effective dream journal, and the really practical thing is when you have there are a lot of little mini wake ups in the night where you um, recall your dreams. Like you're sort of just barely awake and you realize that you've been dreaming.
Yeah.
What he recommends is sitting there for a moment and like really taking the time to recall that dream and then just jot down a few notes. And then the following night before you go to sleep, you write out the whole dream.
Yeah.
So this primes your brain to get back into that dreamland. And I'm a very wordy person, so for me, the journaling really triggers the lucid experience. As dreams are just they're just deeply susceptible to language. I find the subconscious is really suggestible, and yeah, so having those two separate journals, the one that's just notes and then the one where you're really writing out the whole dreams, is important. That's a huge part of the practice, and that's the part that really takes a lot of time that can like fall by the wayside if
And
you're
you do it
not.
every day?
Um, I don't. I go through phases where I'm just more interested or have more free time to do the
Yeah.
journals, and then I do it then. And then when I was doing the course, I did it every day, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also going to pause because we are also like taking off the screen, so we are also filming the screen. So I'm going to interrupt this conversation
Okay.
for a